Welcome to this week's episode of SchoolTube. I'm Anna, and these are my co-hosts Tim and Ryan. Tim, do you want to take the first topic?
Take it. ISIS.
So recently, a woman in Washington has supposedly been recruited by ISIS on Twitter. I believe Ryan has more information.
Yeah, so basically ISIS is this organization that it was like recruiting younger women via Twitter because they would marry these like husbands that were a part of ISIS, and then they would give out the locations of these places where they could be possible attacks based off what I've read.
And Anonymous has also recently declared cyber war against ISIS. So Anonymous has been involved in many different activities over the years, whether or not you want to call them illegal or vigilante justice. Do you have any opinion on what they do, or if you think it'll be beneficial?
I think it could be beneficial if they go against each other, like a nice war in the cyber webs.
That's wonderful.
Future.
All right, and our next topic is the Mountain View Cemetery. So a bunch of vandals recently caused $8,000 to $10,000 of damage by destroying tombstones and graffiti, desecrating them, basic teenagers break into cemetery stuff. So what do you think the security is like in a cemetery? I mean, a lot of movies depict, teenagers breaking into cemeteries a lot and doing things like this.
Don't they have big gates? Isn't that their security? Like metal?
And a lot of them usually have night watch guards that walk around the perimeters, but do you think it's effective? What do you think?
I don't know. I know that the cemetery by my house, it has it's a AAA security. They just sit there, but still, I don't know who would want to go into a cemetery at night. That's kind of weird.
It's a fair point, though. I mean, some people think it's fun because it's dangerous. A cemetery is associated with supernatural, frightening things. Yeah, they think. Yeah. You want to pick the next up?
No.
Racial bias in media.
So racial bias can often be found depending on whether or not you're looking in media as in journalism, like TV broadcasts and news articles, or media as in television. I know some controversy has been over because there appear to be no people of color in Scooby-Doo, and racial jokes are often in a lot of popular TV series like Family Guy and South Park, and and they're meant for comedy, but sometimes they go a little too far and people do take offense whether or not they mean it.
Mm-hmm. I have noticed that before. In some stories about African Americans, I've seen that they use pictures that look more like mugshots, and then in other stories about white people, they'll use like a senior photo kind of theme to it. Mm-hmm. So I've noticed that trend.
Yeah, and news networks like Fox News are notorious for biasing their headlines to put white people in a better light and give them an advantage so that their readers feel more sympathy towards the white people in their stories rather than the people of color. So, have you noticed any rampant problems?
Yeah. I have a few friends that talk about it sometimes. Talk about a lot of racial issues in the media. It kind of bums me out.
Mm-hmm. And our last topic today is iFly Portland. I believe you know more about that, right?
Yeah, let me just turn to that page and notes. iFly Portland. It's going to be opening next to the Washington Square Mall across in Tigard. It's going to be opening on November 21st, and it's like an indoor skydiving facility. It's one of 38 in the U.S., and recently it's very profitable. They've had over 7 million people go and fly, ages 3 to 103. So it's definitely something to check out.
That personally sounds like something I would be interested in. I really love adrenaline activities like that.
Mm-hmm.
Jet skis. That sounds like a lot of fun. Tim? Have you ever done anything like that, or want to experience anything like that?
I would do something like that, especially indoors. It'd seem more safer than going outside.
I mean, it would be. It might be a safer alternative to, like, skydiving out of a plane, for instance, because that's the norm, that's how you go skydiving. But
The article I read said it'd make it more, like, make it easier on someone because you're not jumping out of a perfectly fine airplane, you know, and you don't have to get yourself to actually jump. You're able to just, okay, I'm in a safe environment, I'm with an instructor, so just a little, puts your mind to rest, I'd say.
it might also be more accessible to more people, because something indoor, if it's only $110 for, what was it, 2 4-hour sessions?
Yeah.
Then that might be cheaper than having to pay for, you know, the plane and the plane cost and all the gear to go out and do it. So I believe that's all the thoughts we have on this topic, which ends this week's episode of SWU 2. I'm Anna.
I'm Tim.
And I'm Ryan.
Have a great week, Saxons.